I believe that it's honestly better that you tried and it did not work than you not trying at all, because at least you were in the arena.
For all time's sake.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Naomimawena, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, we are besties. What's up? Thank you for coming back. So in this video, I just basically had some thoughts and I just wanted to share it. I don't know the title of this video yet. Maybe when I'm editing, then I will, but recently something just crossed my mind and I'm just like, oh, let me just like talk about it, to hear your opinions on it and to see where you guys are at, like when it comes to this. I feel like sometimes I have the fear, or I used to have the fear of time beating me, so I would want to do major things at the same time. I didn't want to use multiple things at the same time because like I feel like to some extent that is possible, but I also strongly believe that doing major things at the same time, it does not really work out. Like something will do well more than the other thing, and I didn't want to accept this like some years back, like even up to the beginning of 2024. I didn't want to accept that. I thought you could do like major things at the same time, and you know, like everything is going to like fall in place and all of those things, right? Like you can, maybe if you're starting a business or you're starting two businesses, you do everything at the same time and you all do all at the same time. Maybe it's possible for some people, but I just realized that for me, I need to, like when it comes to major things, I realized that I would always have to like focus on a particular thing and like before I move on, right? And I don't know why I didn't know why I was feeling that way, but normally for me it was like every time, like it would be like, oh, because time is running out. And I don't know why I thought time was running too, but it's like time is running out, and like if you don't get this done by this time, like I don't know, like then you've not accomplished anything and all of that, right? But I realized that when I started to focus on certain things, those things, like certain things, like one thing at a time, that thing will do well, that thing will bloom before like moving to the next thing. And like sometimes I feel like you have plans and all of those things, and you focusing on one thing doesn't mean like you're throwing the rest away. It just probably means like those ones are also in the works, but like right now this is your main priority, like this is your main thing. And I also asked myself, like, do I do this thing because I'm afraid that if I just focus on a particular thing or I take one step at a time, am I scared that it won't do well? I had to ask myself that question. I think that if you're also in this like space or phase or whatever, you also need to ask yourself that question, like, is it because you think that you will not do well in that one particular thing, that is why you can't seem to choose or you can't seem to choose which, like you can't seem to focus on a particular thing or choose one thing out of the many things that you want to do, right? Because I believe that like in life there are like times and seasons and phases and what have you, right? So because there'll come a time where your priority like it's a must that your priority will have to be on one thing, and then like the rest of the things that you're doing, sorry to say, but they'll kind of have to suffer. Like maybe if you are like you're a YouTuber, you're consistent on YouTube, like you're showing up here every day and all of that, right? Like okay, not every day, but like you're showing up here you're showing up here like twice a week, right? If that's the case, you're showing up here twice a week, you've done that for like the last 6 months, you've grown, you've seen yourself grow, you've done so well, right? Then you want to start a business, right? So like maybe after that 6 months, finally you have the go ahead, and like you have everything set to start your business, right? Your focus will have to be on the business. Like maybe like, and if you're doing everything alone, right? Or even if you are delegating, your mind will be on your business, because like this is something that you just started, so you would want to focus on it to make sure that like you're doing it and you're doing it well. Do you understand? So YouTube will kind of suffer. It's like how let's say in school, like let's say you're in uni and like you're running a business, you are running an online thrift store, for instance, right? Yeah, while you're in school you can be doing it, but there'll be times where school would have to be your priority. Like school would be your main priority, and there'll even be times in school where the business will be your main priority. An example would be like, okay, you have exams or you have IAs or whatever, you would have to focus on that for that period. And maybe there'll be times in the semester where like you don't like have exams or anything like that, and then you'd have the opportunity to focus on your business because maybe you want to move it to the next level or something like that. So I believe that it's very, very important to like set your priorities straight, and just like start that one particular thing, focus on that one particular thing, and like be the best at it, a little bit but often. But like eventually you become a master of that craft, and then you can move on to whatever it is that you want to do. Like for instance, maybe you want to, I don't know, I'm trying to like look for like different things, but okay, let's say you want to start a hair business, but like hair, you want to do braids, right? And then you also want to learn how to sew. I feel like these are kind of different things, but it's very, very possible to know how to do those two things. I believe that it will be the best if you take one at a time, focus on it, master your craft, master your braiding techniques and all of those things, right? Before then, like after some time, you're good at it, like you can do hair in the shortest possible time, then you move on to the sewing, or vice versa. Do you understand? Like I just feel like that fear of time beating you, like it just shows that like you want to rush. And a lot of the times, like when you're young and all of those things, you don't want to accept it when people say that you are rushing, or like you are moving faster than yourself, you know, like you are overdoing. You don't want to accept it. Like why am I using you? Like we don't want to accept it sometimes, because like sometimes I'm there, I have been there, and I realized that. And most of the time, right, when you're doing all like these multiple things at the same time, like let's be honest, sometimes it's not even all of them that you're supposed to be doing. Like maybe there are some businesses like you're doing like multiple businesses at the same time, right? And like you can see like all of them are kind of suffering, right? There's a possibility that like maybe you're doing like, I don't know, 4 at the same time. I don't know how that is even possible, but there's a possibility that 2 of those 4 businesses might not be for you. But the good thing is that like the good side of this thing is that like, okay, if you're even doing this 4 things, or like you have those 4 things in mind, you will find one that like you really, really love, and then I believe that you should stick to it. It doesn't mean abandon the rest, but like stick to it, try to get better at it, and just stay there, dwell there. After some time you can move on to the next thing. Because I feel like the whole rushing thing, the whole not wanting to enjoy the process, or even seeing people doing well at a particular thing, so you also want to rush to go and do it, that's what is probably preventing you from actually moving forward or progressing. Because like you see someone doing something and you're like, okay, you want to go do it, or you see another person doing it and you're like, okay, I want to do this, and you end up not focusing on like what is right before you, or you end up not focusing on like a particular thing. And with the fear of time beating you, so you want to do multiple things, and you're scared to just pick one and focus on it. Look, I believe that it's honestly better that you tried and it did not work than you not trying at all, because at least you were in the arena, you know what it is. Like if anyone is to ask you, even if you did not go well, and someone is to ask you, oh, like what advice would you have, you would probably tell the person what you did that did not do well, and it would help the person. So that you did not, if you did it and you didn't do well, you did not fail. Like you've tried your best. You move on to the next thing. So I honestly just think that, like, dealing with that fear, you just need to start. Like, you just need to start from where you are. You just need to embrace the process and enjoy the journey to, like, whatever destination it is. Like, I don't even know how to even put it, because I do understand that, like, this thing is scary, especially when, like, you are doing the thing for money. Like, especially when you're doing it for money. Especially when you're doing it for money, in your mind, right, you think doing the multiple things would bring you the money faster, like doing the multiple things at the same time, like at a goal, you think that's what would bring you the money faster. But, like, that might not be the case, because especially if you are starting, because there are serial entrepreneurs, like, there are people who have, like, different things that they are doing. So that one day, yeah, but I'm like, especially if you are starting, if you are starting, you need to focus on one thing. It's like a baby, right? You need to focus on, like, feeding this business, pouring your heart out into this thing, and growing it to a certain stage before I believe it's important to move to the next one, right? I'm using business, but, like, even with every, like, area of your life, like, there are just times and seasons. Like, there are times and phases where you're alone. There are times and phases where, like, people are really, really around you. There's times where you are just like a homebody. There's times where you are outside. There's for example, there's even times where, like, you don't have a job or something like that, but there's times where you're busy. Either your entrepreneurship, whatever journey has, like, kick-started and is booming, or you actually have a job, like a 9-to-5 remote, whatever, and it's booming. Like, there are times and seasons and there are phases. So I honestly do believe that, like, yeah, you're afraid to focus on just one thing, but look, take the risk. At least you entered the arena, at least you started something, and you would see the results. Because the time that you think that is beating you, so that's why you're doing the multiple things at the same time, yes, the time is going to go, but you will look back and you would regret, because you realize that all the things are, like, stagnant. They are not moving forward, like, they're all at the same place. But if that time, you use that time to actually, like, focus on a particular thing, or at most 2 things, but something will eat more than the other. But, like, if you're able to focus on that one particular thing, like, give yourself a time frame, like, give yourself a time frame, like, maybe 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, right? You will look back and you will definitely see results. You will look back and you will definitely see progress. I want to use myself as an example. I create content on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. At the ending of, like, 2023, I decided to focus on Instagram and TikTok. Like, I wanted to see engagement, growth, and all of that, because, like, my engagements were very, very low. As much as I wanted to see followers, like, my engagements were just no. So I decided to do the whole 30 days thing, and I film with my phone. I do everything, like, with my phone. Like, I create content now with my phone. So I was battling space issues, and so because of that, I wasn't really vlogging, right? I wasn't really vlogging as much, and I decided that, yeah, because, like, I'm creating content, like, daily for Instagram and TikTok. Even if it's not daily, it's batch content, so it's a lot, right? I focused on that, like, I put my mind on that, and I actually did see results. And I, like, the results of him, brands reaching out and all of that, I did see that. Do you understand me? So that's, like, something that happened for me, and that's when I really sat down and I was like, doing this whole multiple thing at the same time, like, because even sitting down, say I was just going to do Instagram, I thought about it, like, hey, so the YouTube, how far? So I'll not be posting, so subscribers, I was really thinking about, like, look, just take the chance now. They said the time has come and it has passed. I'm back on YouTube again. Do you understand me? So, ciao. Yeah, so, but this doesn't really, like, I don't know if it applies to everybody, but this is what, honestly, I think it's great, and I think it's important to focus on something, see it grow before you move on to the next thing. Because like the people you're seeing, people at the top that you're seeing that maybe they have like 3 things going at the same time. Maybe the person has a business or has 2 businesses, and the person is a content creator, or the person has a 9 to 5 and the person is a content creator, something of that sort. Like it took them time to get there. It took them time to even be able to balance. Do you understand? Like it took them time. Sometimes they had to take breaks from one thing to focus on the other. So I believe that, like, don't skip the process. Like, go through the process. You will get to that place where you'll be able to do you're doing all these things and you'll be happy. But when it's like you want to like rush because you want to get somewhere, you've seen someone here and you just want to do all these multiple things to get there, it probably would not help. Even in the season of your life that you're in right now, sometimes when you look at it, like maybe you want to start a business, right? But if you were in a season of your life where you were very financially stable, that business, you can snap your finger and start it, and people are even working for you. You are probably not even really doing much. You're just overseeing, right? But maybe you're in a season of your life where financially you can't, like not even like you can't do it, but financially you can't even afford to focus on the multiple things at the same time. Do you understand? So yeah, like, if you can relate to this, just let me know in the comment section. Let's have a discussion about it and all of that. And even I want to say that, like, if you're also this person where you're just not interested in one thing, like maybe you're studying medicine but you're also interested in maybe fashion, or you're interested in beauty and all of those things, like you're interested in different things. Sometimes these things happen there because you want to do those different things you're focused on, like you're interested in at the same time, but it probably won't work. But like that doesn't mean like you can't like feed those interests, or you can't engage in those things. Like you can, but I'll just say that, like, have your priorities straight and like have the times where you do this and that, right? Because I believe that most of the time these things happen to people with different interests. Like your interests are like, and it's fine, because that happens with me sometimes. Why am I saying sometimes? That happens with me. I'm interested in like different things other than even content. Like there's more things I'm interested in. So yeah, I think this is all I have to say on this topic. If you learned something, or if you learned something, or if you want to chip in your thoughts, let me know in the comments. Let's have a discussion. If you want more videos like this, just like let me know in the comments. You can even write down the topics and all of that, and we'll discuss. Because like we're all about growing over here and sharing our thoughts and opinions on topics is going to help us grow. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell another friend to tell their cousin to tell their friend that I've posted. So yeah, they should come and watch, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.